the transformations actors go through to become their characters. Some even take it a little too far. After watching hundreds of films, I've noticed that the greatest actors share an eye for detail. And whilst we may not recognize them at first, it's the small things which make a performance truly great.
There's a new planet every day and a new scene to play. It just makes you feel as if you're a part of history in a sense.
I mean, you don't go to work with Daniel Day-Lewis. You go to work with whoever his character is. That's who you see when you get to work in the morning, and that's who leaves at night.
It's amazing to see when actors disappear and become their character, almost as if they're being possessed. But how is this achieved? It's been hard to find out, but I think I've managed to narrow it down to 4 techniques. Technique number 1 is vocal control, or timbre. This is the first step actors take to distance themselves from their personas by altering their voice. Here's an example from Moonlight.
You're a real damn prize, Sharon. You know that? You gots to come home when you're meant to come home. You hear?
The voice is one of the actor's most powerful tools, especially with how it's used to interpret a writer's text. You can hear the concern in her voice. Her heavy breaths in between each statement, as well as her voice breaking constantly, make it obvious to see how worried she is. Contrast this with when she calms down.
TV privilege is revoked.
And it's clear to see that volume, pitch, speed, and breaths all contribute heavily in fleshing out her character. In fact, voice breaks and the slow speed are reoccurring characteristics of her voice.
I love you, baby. I do.
By doing this, Naiomi Harris has given Paula a distinctive vocal quality. Often, amateur actors rely on their face and exaggerated expressions to communicate their feelings, when all that's needed would be a modification in voice.
Oh, hi, Mark. Oh, hey, Johnny, what's up?
A perfect example of the power of body language can be seen in This Is England. We can see Combo, played by Stephen Graham, manipulate body language to show his discomfort.
Yes, it's nice. It's nice having a big family. I never blame my dad or anything like that for him being away and working, because there was always food on that table. And that's what I respect that man for, always.
Oh, he here, really?
As his rage begins to build, his movements become more striking, as if the only way he can suppress his feelings is to transfer them into motion. What body language does convey, with pretty good accuracy, is our emotional intent. At times, actors pick a gesture that becomes recognizable for the character, using them to convey an emotion. One example is blinking.
And if I keep blinking, it weakens me. But if I'm talking to you, and I don't blink, and I just keep going, and I don't blink, you start to listen to what I'm saying.
I'm walking here! I'm walking here! Up yours, you son of a bitch! You don't talk me that way! Get out of here!
This is where listening and general concentration is at its most important. It's these authentic moments that leads to a truly realistic performance. This is mostly because the expectation that everything is planned is shattered, creating a chaos where actors have to rely on their instincts.
There could be something that really does surprise you, and all of a sudden, you're woken up because another actor gives you a line in a certain way, and you surprise yourself at your reaction, and you think, wow, that's interesting.
Take this clip from Midnight Cowboy. Hoffman's improvised anger at first feels out of character for what we thought was a slick, smooth-talking hustler. But as we learn more, we realize that this outburst was foreshadowing the destruction of his calm facade to make way for a frustrated and scared man. Improvisation can allow an actor to fuse their personality with their role, making a character truly theirs. In fact, sometimes the best thing an actor can do is simply not to act, but actually to feel.
Stop, come down! You gonna tell me? Come down, I'm not kidding you!
And don't just take it from me. Here's Elia Kazan.
Brando picked the glove up and made one of the most eloquent moments in the film. He held the glove, she reached for it, he pulled it back, and then he put his hand in the glove, which has an obvious sexual significance, and she was embarrassed, she was shy about the whole thing, and because of what Brando and she did with that glove, which was an accident, which they responded to alertly and creatively. Because of that, it became a marvelous scene.
Putting a lady's glove on, wasn't acting. It was just, whoa.
Improvisation may be the main way in creating uncertain moments, but the second method is by playing a scene out, where an actor slowly builds to the primary emotion. Think of Brando by his wife in Last Tango in Paris, or Denzel Washington in American Gangster. Both these moments have a clear destination, and both actors decide to draw out the moment, creating suspense and, more importantly, unpredictability. Allow your intuition to be your guide. Let go of being certain. Art is an illumination of life, and in life, there is an element of unpredictability in each moment.
Yeah, well, nah, it's, I don't know. I just want to go out. I really want to. I got some bad ideas in my head.
De Niro shows us several emotions in what should technically be a simple scene. Whilst Paul Schrader's script is amazing, it's De Niro's performance which adds a realism to his character. He appears angry, sad, confused, and he even smiles at one point. This makes his behavior seem organic, as he cycles through all these emotions, similar to how a real person would. In fact, when you compare the scene to the script, you can tell that De Niro adds several pauses and changes his facial expressions at will to express his character's true feelings.
Never let the audience know how it's going to come out. Get them on your time. You want to stop that movement from the popcorn to the mouth. Get people to stop chewing. The truth will do that.
I'm not saying that there's a definitive way to truly make a character seem lifelike, but these are recurring elements of performance. So the next time you watch a film, look out for the little things.